Hello everyone, trust you are having a wonderful day and welcome to this segment, Citizens Dialogue on First Next News Port Harcourt. It's my pleasure having you once again, and I remain your humble host, Kings Ojalo. Here is the time where we will be discussing some trending facts politically happening within and outside the country, Nigeria. Sit tight and enjoy the show. Here with me on set is a political analyst by the name Zach Jimmy. It's my pleasure having you on set, Zach Jimmy.
Thank you very much.
Good to meet you once again.
Thank you.
Without not wasting much of our time, we have some trendy stories which we need to emphasize on today. First, we'll be looking at the federal government has announced the release of shortlisted names for the ongoing recruitment exercise into 4 major paramilitary agencies, now which are the Nigeria Immigration Service, which is the NIS, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, which is the NSCDC, then the Nigeria Correctional Service, which is the NCOS, and Firefighting Service, FFS. Zach, what do you have to say concerning these recruitment services?
Okay, it's no longer news that the CDCFIB,
yes,
the 4 components of that institution, talking about the correctional facility,
yes,
the fire service,
yes,
the Nigeria Immigration Service, the NIS, and the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps,
okay,
which is they are all paramilitary, and we all understand their assignment in carrying out paramilitary exercise and security measures in the country. Of course, they have been wonderful in their expectations.
Yeah.
When we talk about outdoor security activities, or indoor, or some sort of they play some kind of vital role.
Yeah.
Right, when we talk about the NIS, the Immigration Service, the checkmate goods, human beings.
Yeah.
All right, illegal immigrants,
yes,
or legal immigrants. Of course, they are saddled with responsibilities of issuing passport and all of that. But the cry of Nigeria over time is that while this recruitment exercise go on, there have been allegations of foul play, that they don't actually recruit the right people,
the right people,
right time,
and do the right thing.
And many people have fallen into scam,
okay,
right, in this same pursuit, because we are in a system where unemployment is so bad that when we see opportunity like this, people will just feel, oh, they've already selected what they've selected. But what we are saying here is that you can actually go and then get recruited, of course, in this. So let me take you through the recruitment process, because it will be displayed now on the screen.
Okay.
You can check the portal and then see for yourself, and then click and then follow up what you have there. Of course, the eligibility to qualify you must be a Nigerian by birth, and you must be aged between 18 to 35 years. Your minimum height should be 1.65 for the male and 1.60 for female, and you must possess a 5 O-level credits, including English and mathematics. And of course, you should be physically and mentally fit with no criminal record. Of course, the recruitment process, they are online, and the link will be displayed now on the screen so that you see for yourself, and then click and then follow suit. Do not also forget that there will be computer-based tests, and we also have a physical screening and document verification, and there will be medical examination. Yes, there will be medical examination, and there will be final selection. Of course, there will be posting. So, in case you want to know the statistics and, of course, the total number of people needed, yes, the total positions needed in this recruitment is 30,359.
Okay,
of course, the application period, yes, and the shortlisted candidates was announced on 30th October.
Yes, 30th,
of course,
yes.
the CPT exam across all 36 states and the federation. Of course, now they've announced it. Click the portal and then go check if you've been recruited. Do not sit back and feel you're not captured. The list, of course, has been ready on the 30th, which was yesterday. So we urge all applicants to go and then do a follow-up on that, and be rest assured that the government and the people in charge will do the right thing in ensuring a smooth process.
Exactly. Sorry to interject you. You mentioned something, doing the right thing. But, in most cases like this, Mr. Zach, in agencies like this, we still kind of find, people who are not qualified snobbing their way in. And again, there are people who are not, let me use the word mentally fit. Okay, let me state, for example, you see in our Nigeria police sector, we find that, whereby some personnel of the police force, do some illegal things, which has been coming around the news most of the time. What do you have to say concerning this aspect, Zach?
Well,
how can the government really trash this to make it possible for such people not to, be included in this forum?
You cannot tell the government what to do. The governments are not, they will form those government agencies that are not babies. You can't spoon feed them, you cannot babysit them, they know what they're doing. But in the other way around, we've seen that recruitment into security agencies in Nigeria, both the military and the paramilitary, over time, Nigerians have been calling for a thorough and a holistic change approach to all of this, because it's seemingly like most of the people they recruit are people who do not actually meet the standard of what the agency should look like.
Yes.
And if you look at it also from the other eye, it's as if that the military and the paramilitary, recruitment in Nigeria is always a dump site for people who are of all level, because you will not tell me that there are no vacancies in the NNPC, exactly. But you will not see those vacancies being published.
Exactly.
But it's only when it comes to military and paramilitary that you will know. So it now begin to ask the question: is it that it is only the people of Nigeria that can feature well in such vacancies? So in all of this, so that is why we have recruitment, and that's why after recruitment there will be some training exercise. Someone that goes some 6 month or 3 month basic exercise. So this exercise is expected that is going to further equip them with the technical know-how on how to carry out the activities eventually if they are being employed. But in all of this, all right, in as much as you are wearing the uniform of those uniform, it represents a national symbol.
Yeah.
If you go outside the country like UK or the US, if you wear the national symbol, you will be respected for that.
Exactly.
But we see in Nigeria that even the police force, some of them even hide their uniform. When they go to the office, they wear it. They're not even proud of it.
No,
so you must. The first thing is that you must be proud of what you're doing to earn a living. If you're a security worker in Nigeria, you must be proud. And on the other hand, why we call on the workers to be proud of their work and take their work seriously, we also call up the employer, the police commission, all of that, the other security outfits. Yes. They should ensure timely payment and they look into their welfare of their workers. This is very critical.
Yes, and I think that is one of the things that really makes most of the security agencies do otherwise.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you so much for that, Zach. I still want to give some things on this news in case you are wondering. The basic website to go to on this recruitment is www.recruitment.cdcfib.gov.ng. I will take that again, www.recruitment.cdcfib.gov.ng, so that you don't be misled. Okay, moving ahead, we'll be looking at another trending news. I guess this one is a very interesting one coming from Osun State. Yes, Zach, the Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has said he cannot be defeated in next year's governorship election. Mr. Zach, I believe this is one of your favorite governor, you understand, in the Nigeria governor system. What do you have to say concerning the Osun State governor on this matter?
Well, Osun State governor is not my favorite governor. I do not have a favorite governor. Any governor that is performing and delivering the dividend of democracy automatically become a favorite. But if he's not doing so, count me out. I cannot identify with a governor who does not understand governance. But that's not the case at the moment.
Okay.
What we're talking about is his claim that nobody can defeat him in the next gubernatorial election. Let's go back to the history a bit.
Yeah.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, all right, on the day of election, when he went to cast his votes, remember what he said?
Okay.
When men of the press interviewed him, they asked him, what can you say about the election? What if you do not win? Are you willing to congratulate
others? Yes, I think I watched that video clip.
So what he actually said was that I will win. Now, I will win, meaning that you are sure, the confidence is over 100%. Now, prior to the election, during the campaign era, he made mention that Emilokon, meaning it's
my turn.
It's my turn. Now, when we have politicians who come out to give such a glaring statement and sort of inciting statement in the public prior to elections, it has a way of undermining electoral outcomes. It has a way, because when we have a system where people have already accepted or declared themselves winners before the election, it goes to tell you that there may be plans or there will be plans to rig. Remember what happened in 1993 during late MK Abiola? He came out to declare himself as the president. All right, that led to his incarceration, you all knew what happened after that. So leaders, for me, should rather focus the energy on delivering what is expected of them.
Yes.
If you're a governor and you are saddled with responsibility of rendering governance to your people, that should be your focal point. You should be talking about election. I do not totally subscribe to politicians always are looking up to winning elections as a possible way of continuing office.
Sorry to interrupt you.
If you talk about Adeleke here, let's look at the track record of Adeleke.
Yes, so just a minute. You know, outside this, he made his statements according to what he said. He also mentioned of, in 2022 when he unseat the governor as a then. I think out of that, this spoken statement came from that. He made mention of this from confidence that if he could, remove the sitting governor, as at 2022, then definitely he see no reason why.
When you say he removed a sitting governor, he didn't remove any governor.
Okay.
See, let's tell the truth. In 2018, all right, he was on the ballot,
okay,
and he lost to Boyega Oyetola.
Yeah, okay.
All right, and in 2020, in 2018, right, 2022,
yes,
he still contested with the same Adegboyega Oyetola, and at that point, he won him, even in the rerun. So when we talk about him boasting Oyetola, for me it makes literal because if you look at the vote, he scored over 400,000 and Oyetola scored over 300,000. And we also saw how he came into office. We saw how the Supreme Court even assisted. So there were so many controversies surrounding his election as the governor and office, but that's not majorly the case. I do not have any issue with how he came to office. He's a governor. What we're talking about, is he able or has he been able to deliver very well? Now let's look at his records. All right, there are allegations that over 32,000 teachers were defrauded of a teacher scheme, and there have been so many challenges. But people say, people say they will say that he's doing well. That he has conducted 2 flyover, conducted a road to Ilesha, conducted over 5,000 free surgeries, and all of that. Yes, I have the records of what he has done, but I expected more of a governor. Yes, we understand that he's a dancing governor, he's always excited and all of that, but that's on the flip side. On the other hand, what caused the whole issue, the whole fracas, the whole scenario was the fact that the APC are calling on it, that they are opening up to him that what is it you are doing, you want to come to the APC. But let us fact check him. Is he actually come to the APC or not? 3 months ago, himself, his cousin, they went to visit President Tinubu in the Aso Rock. You are of the PDP, you went to visit APC leader. And when he was asked what was the content of your meeting with the president, he didn't mention anything. So he says they are working in line to making sure the people of Osun State benefit.
Don't you think that is the fact?
Now, let's come from there. So if he visited Tinubu, which he did, and then the speculation began to, rise to the air that he has the intention of joining APC. Well, that's for him. We are yet to see that happening. But the APC at this other end are saying, you want to join us. But the PDP are saying, you're not going to join us. But don't also forget, few months ago, 2 months ago, in that same Osun State, they conducted elections. And we saw how, you saw the controversies, how federal might had to influence who becomes so chairman in Osun State. And to a point, the election was almost conducted twice. So we saw everything that happened in that state. But for me, I'm seeing Adeleke across carpet to the APC. It's very obvious. It's very obvious because if he's going to remain in the PDP, the chances of him winning election
coming back again as governor
may be slim. But be that as it may, he may be calculating himself. He's a politician at this time around. maybe correcting himself, and he knows where to. At this point, I think he's trying to test the waters before he can completely put his 2 legs in there. But I wish him well. He went for the screening, and hopefully,
yes, in Abuja.
Yeah, hopefully, let's see what the outcome will look like.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Zach. Still with us, we will be going for a short break, and when we return, we'll be giving you more of these trendy stories. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Citizens Dialogue. Without wasting much of our time, we will be taking the remaining phrase of this show. Zach, another trending story came about where the human rights activist Omoyole Sowore has declared that he has seen the worst form of military rule, adding that revolution is the answer to the current misgovernance and not coup. What do you have to say to this statement made by the human rights activist?
Well, Omoyole Sowore, two-time presidential candidate,
Yes.
And an activist, an human rights activist or social activist, as the case may be, is entitled to his own words. It may not totally represent the interests of the generality of Nigeria. Okay. But with that, it may let us put this into consideration. Are we actually benefiting more in the civilian government? And can we compare and contrast the military government and what we have today? What progress have we been able to achieve?
Okay.
Of course, it is totally wrong for anybody to start advocating for a military regime in Nigeria. It is totally wrong. It is not acceptable. We are in a civilian government, and we should ensure that we progress in the civilian administration. But Omoyole Sowore is saying that, well, it's also on the support that the military government is a total no for now, and we should he's rather suggesting a revolution. A revolution. But just like I mentioned earlier, it does not represent the interests of the generality of Nigeria. This is personal interest. But for the other side of Nigerians, they may see this as a wake-up call. They may see this as a positive note. Because if you look at a country, for example, a country like Madagascar, where you had Gen Zs, yes, who went into take up government,
take over power.
They fling Andre out of the power, out of power, and they emerged up. We saw the footage of how they jumped into the building, and then they made sure they got power by themselves because they were complaining of shortage of lights, hospitals, welfare, and transport, and all of that. So we saw how it happened. Okay. How about Senegal, where we had Bassirou Faye, yes, Faye, if I'm not right, Taye, if I'm not mistaken. Right, he's 44 years old today. From prison, is now a task officer in prison, and now he's now the president of the country. And see that Senegal is doing well. How about country like Tanzania of just this week? You saw what is happening in Tanzania. How about country like should I even start talking about Burkina Faso? That yes, one is Traore. I don't want to go into that because that's military. But I'm not in support of that. But in all of this, I think a revolution, to some extent, would do us for favor. But revolution starts when the Nigerians are not ready. Now, Zach, when to revolution, it takes the mindset to achieve revolution. Before we got independent in 1960, from the era of 1955, 56, 57, 59, it were the mindset of the men in charge. Okay. They felt, okay, it is time to take our country from the colonial masters. And it was a concerted effort. But the question is, do we have Nigerians currently that can stand the test of time, or they can pin their foot in the ground and say, okay, we want a revolution? Because at the end of it all, what we are rather seeing in the country is recycling of leaders. We had President Buhari, who led in the military era. He still came back to the civilian government, and he led. We had Obasanjo, the same thing. All right. Now, we have Atiku who had already served. Now, you that always start talking about Jonathan is served. So why don't we have fresh ends? But
don't you think a revolution on its own has some consequences, some side effects? Don't you think there will be chaos?
See, let me tell you. Let me tell you. See, when it's time for change, all right, there must be events happening.
But those are the events I think a country like Nigeria will want to avoid.
In science, the law of motion says the body will continue to remain at rest until it is acted upon by external force. That means currently we are just at a rest. We need an external force to push us to go forward. And also, in engineering, yes, when we talk about fixtures and of course friction. Of course, when a system wants to change, there must be a fracture, there must be a system, so there must be a pain somewhere. So that's what I said in Nigeria. Do we have Nigerians who are ready to bear this pain for the betterment of the country?
Which I guess not.
That is the answer. So when we have Nigerians, okay, we are ready to take this pain. People will die, no need. Of course, but who is ready to give a strive for Nigeria? Money will go, things will happen. So when we talk about revolution, it's not something you just sit in your room and then you just wake up and do. It's a gradual process. But why are we talking about revolution? How many people mindset? How many activists do you have in Nigeria? How many people have the interest of Nigeria? It's not. I don't mean those activists that today they're activists. Tomorrow you call them and give them 2,000 naira. They're no longer activists. So that's not activism.
Okay. In addition to that, Zach, Nnamdi Kanu files fresh motion, asks court to strike out all charges, say no charge exists against me under Nigeria law. Do you have any contribution to that?
So that we don't overflow the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, although
Yes.
it's a very serious issue at the time.
Honestly.
Well, he's coming down. He's saying that they should trash out all his case, that there is no prima facie case before him in the court. You do not forget that the Court of Appeal by Justice Bita Nyako upheld that there's nothing up until just able to show who is still handling the case and saying that he's yet to give clarity to the the terrorism count charge and the treasonable felony leveled against him.
Yes.
So when we talk about felony and treasonable felony and terrorism, it's not it's a criminal charge, and also it's also a penal. It's also a penal charge. If you look at some sections of our constitution. But in all of this, what I am advocating over is a speedy action on anything that concerns the IPOB leader.
Yes.
Because at a time where we are talking about election, revolution, that these are also major kind of it. And that's why you see the level of Omoshure, who is now, coming up to advocate for his release.
On his behalf, exactly. Thank you so much, Zach. It was my pleasure having you on set today. That's all we have for on the show today here on Citizens Dialogue First Next News. I remain your humble host, Kings Ojalo. Bye for now.